Hey, in today's video we're going to install a kitchen faucet. Hey, this is Marco from Handyman Solutions. Let's jump right into it. So today's project is something kind of simple. In a way, if everything works as it's supposed to work, you're gonna install that faucet here in the kitchen. Let's go and check out the setup. But we got basically our faucet, we got our instruction, then we head over here to the faucet or to the kitchen sink, and that's the faucet we're gonna replace. And so we need a couple of tools. Let's go and have a look quickly. So we got our bucket we need for collecting some leftover waters. We need a couple of pliers or adjustable wrenches, rag. And then the first step is always going down here and check if those valves are working. And this is basically crucial before we can even start. So we have to close obviously the water supply. So we got one time hot over here and then we got the cold over there. And as I said, these are new valves, so there shouldn't be a problem. So we can just basically turn them 90 degrees and close them. And then next step would be verifying that there's no water coming. Obviously it is all good, we close them. We have to go ahead and loosen those supply lines over here, and we are lucky in our case we can just do that by hand, which is good for us. So this piece obviously will not come. We're gonna use our multi-tool and cut that nut in two. Don't have time to mess with it, so we're gonna cut it in two just quickly. Let me go and get it. Okay, so we got the safety glasses, we got our earmuffs, and now we have to see how we're gonna get up there. Obviously we can already see the angle is not perfect. So since this is trash anyway, I can just get rid of it. Here she comes. Awesome. As you can see, we just cut it off here a little bit, just enough that we can get out. And as I said, this is happens sometimes, and we found a solution which is great, and that's why sometimes it's not a DIY project. Just as a disclaimer here, that's why you hire somebody. So now we're gonna loosen the supply lines because we will get some new ones, and they come with the faucet. And then of course we can just slide it out. There's nothing attached to it. This is trash or scrap metal. All right. So one thing we need to do, obviously we need to find the cap. We need to find a cap, but more importantly we need to find something to secure obviously that Yeah, that sink, it's not ideal, but for today's video it's gonna work. Then we use a little bit of steel wool. So let's head over here and have a look. So basically it's kind of self-explanatory. I think it's actually very nice. It comes with the hoses, so you know, it's a good or a bad thing. You can argue here. And then we got our plate. Obviously we need that. And this is our locking nut, says number B, and we have to make sure these two notches are aligned, or these two arrows also tells you here. And then it's kind of easy. You basically feed that in all the way up and then you tighten it. And so there shouldn't be any tools required. And then we got the weight, which should pull down our spray nozzle. So in this case we don't even need to buy supply lines, which is kind of nice. And then we assemble everything, obviously going through here. So, and as you can see, they want to have the label up front. You technically could turn it, but that makes no sense. So we feed that through. Obviously through the middle hole. Okay, and then we want to align that, kinda. Making sure the seal is nicely. So this is the first step. Then nut, weight, that's all we need to go down there. We got some extra filters. Let's have a look. So okay, so this obviously needs to come down. All right, we're gonna align that in a minute. Then we feed that locking nut. Everything goes through that locking nut. And this little thing as well. So I'm gonna go back up and line it up, making sure that is where I would like to have it. Kinda. That's good. Arrows align, then we just push it up as it says, and then twist it. But somehow I'm having trouble. Here it comes. And then you just twist it. Okay, so this is as far as we go. And then we come under here, and then we just tighten it. And then supply lines. We should have a sticker which says hot. No? Hot, yes. So hot is to the left. Let's have a look. And then the second last thing is we need to connect that. This is a very important step, and it needs to make that clicking sound. Did you hear that click? If you did, then that's good, which means it's connected. Then this, yeah, this was a little bit too, no, this is actually a good. Then this weight, it says here weight up. This is very simple, what I really like, and that's it. See, here it is. So you can see here are the two supply lines. Then here was the weight, here's the connector, and then up there was that quick nut. So it's tight. Let's have a look up here so we can see. So it looks pretty good to me. Next step would be turning on the water. Then we open those slowly. Okay, that's good. No leak. Open this one here. Okay. We get some water coming. Then obviously we clean up down here when we're done. Let's have a look up here. Okay. So obviously we can clean up here nicely. That's it. So that's it. We're gonna clean up the rest here. But that's it for today. I think we have two options here actually. Yeah, everything seems to work. Just receiving a call from my parents just in time to wrap that video up. I appreciate for watching. Please let me know in the comments below what you think about installing a faucet. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I will see you next time. Bye bye.